when is it? Okay.
We can cut it.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Well, Marieta, thanks so much for your time and for receiving us here today at the club. We really appreciate the time that you've taken.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll just go through a couple of questions that we have as part of our final thesis for this master's degree that we're doing at Universidad Europea Escuela Real Madrid. So yeah, I'll go through the questions here very quickly with you, Marieta. Of course, with your experience being the social media manager of the club, it's going to be very insightful for our thesis. So again, really appreciate your time. So the first one is, how would you describe the digital identity of Ito FC Dior, and how consciously is that identity constructed on the social media platforms that you manage yourself?
So the first word that came into my mind was fun. We're trying to create funny posts, and we're trying to address everything as like a funny theme. So we're like super easy on that side. We are like, I would say we're trying to reach the Gen Z. So our marketing is more like a Gen Z thing.
Gotcha,
yeah, and not the normal, like, there's a lot of memes that are saying that how would the millennial deal with this and how the Gen Zs, and we're more like the Gen Z version. And I would say it's like it's 50% of it is like a conscious thing, but the other 50% is just like we're going with the flow. We're like we're hopping on trends, and we're trying to just like follow our instincts in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. So kind of go as you go, and how the fans react to it. You continue engaging with them as well. That's one of the other questions I wanted to ask you. How do you engage on a day-to-day basis with the fans? And it's a question that I asked your colleague from the commercial team earlier about bad engagement, either being good or bad in terms of people reacting, people commenting. How do you control that? How do you manage if there's a controversial topic, for example, on the social media? How do you leverage that controversy to still grow your social channels?
We're like, I would say we're brave in that sense. So we're using the bad reputation as still a reputation, and I think we're I would say it's like the one thing that came to my mind was when we got a huge fee from the Hungarian Football Association because of our fans. And it was a controversial topic because there were some racism involved, which is like we were trying to educate our fans in that sense, and we're trying to push them to behave or as like more like a Western European club. But we decided that we're gonna be super brave. We are trying to have also the fun part of it, and we created a post where we were collecting that what we could have bought from that fee as a funny thing. So for example, for example, like how many roses could have one of our players have bought to his girlfriend, because that was like or like how many CDs could have bought another player. So we were like, okay, it's we understand that it's not an easy topic, but we still want to communicate something and just like create the repetition. And it was like not biggest, but like it had the biggest repetition.
Okay.
And it was like, I don't even know, like I think like 400,000 each or something, which was like quite
So you don't take any moment for granted, like even if it's controversial, you still use it to grow your social channels.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we're like, of course, if there are some comments that we have to hide, we'll hide it.
Of course.
But we don't have the fear of the reaction of the fans.
That's
so
right.
What are we at, Katarina? 5 minutes?
5 minutes, okay. Let me be more selective because I do have a long list.
Okay.
Great. Great. Okay. So, Marita, how do you balance commercial objectives from the club with your own targets from a social media perspective? You have your engagement rate, your reactions, your impressions, all of this. So how do you manage the commercial objectives that come from the head of departments with your own targets?
We're trying to be balanced in that way. So if I get the brief that I have to post like 3-4 commercial related posts, then I'll create 3 more or 4 more or 5 more of the normal like fun organic communication, and I'll try to balance. So if I don't want to bore the fans with only just like the sales and the commercial aspects, but then I know that it's like a plus work for me because I have to stay at the how do I say? Sorry about my English. So in the middle, we're trying to stay in the middle. That I know that it will create more tasks for me, but I'm willing to do that in order to have the social media, like keep the social media still fun.
Okay, so would you say that certain posts of the day or the week, you post them with more of a commercial objective? Let's say commercial team tells you, okay, we need to grow more people coming into the stadium on every week, So certain posts would be targeting specifically that commercial.
Exactly, and then I'll post something else as well to just keep the fans on the feed and
totally. How about any cross-selling where you include 2 messages within the same post? Do you do any?
It happened like with it's one of my favorite ones because in the post that I mentioned before with the fee and fun topics and that at the very end of that carousel, the last slide was that how many calendars could have they bought of our like calendar merch, which was on sale. So we knew that okay, I have to promote this calendar because it's like it has a sale now at the web shop, and that could be the last side. So it was like a crossover.
Okay, it's great. It's great to see even things from this shop. Things that are in inventory. You're not just selling a master experience, but you're also selling the products that you sell as a club itself. So that's great. That's great. To what extent do platform algorithms influence the way football clubs communicate today? Of course, we're in an evolving technological era where channels keep on changing. We have AI now also introduced into every workplace. So what would you say that the algorithms, the way people engage, especially for the city in which this club is, how does it have an impact in the way people consume the communications from you? Like, to what extent algorithms influence what you do and what the club does?
I think like I have a huge belief in the organic algorithm. We don't really promote posts actually. So our follower base is like I think like most of them are organic followers, which is like quite great. And I have a huge belief in as I mentioned, the fun part. So if you're really like funny and not cringe or it doesn't feel like that it's like super pushy or something, then the fans is gonna like stay more and consume more of your content because that's like fun even if you're like I don't know, like a brand like a supermarket or something or a football club. It can help a lot that if you're trying to copy and paste the organic trends and.
So you mentioned that you just don't do as much paid social content, but I suppose there would still be like a budget allocated for that. And so which channel do you put the most of that budget?
I think that on Facebook, and we're promoting the events, but I'm not the posts. So if like I remember when we have like a ticketing campaign, like a half season ticket or a season ticket campaign, we promote some of the posts, but normally it's just like basic design to spread the knowledge that okay, we have this ticket. But like other roles, we don't really use that budget.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. And have you ever done any surveys out to your existing customers to register fans to know where they're seeing you the most? Like which channels, where are they?
Yeah, I think like we were like more. We had more time back then when I joined the club, like almost 2 years ago. I had to do a lot of like research then. By that time we had like 9,000 followers, I believe, and I remember that it was my task actually to have this like to fill this questionnaire with the fans in the stadium, and I remember that they were complaining a bit about our Instagram and TikTok appearance, and then I learned a lot from that questionnaire, and then I built it in my strategy. I implemented it.
Well, you can clearly see the growth of the club's social media platforms since you took on the role. From, what was it, 7,000 followers? 9,000 followers to 47 now?
No, not yet. No. Like it's still like on the Instagram it's like 90. It's gonna be like 20.
Okay.
So it's just like double.
Okay, so double.
But on Facebook, on the Facebook it's like I don't want to say like wrong numbers.
But there's been growth. There's been growth there, and it's all been trusted on the organic posting, which you're saying. That's great.
And also the team performance was like huge help.
Yeah, that's definitely been helpful. Just one last question for you, Marietta. So, in your opinion, can social media strengthen fan loyalty during poor sporting performance, or does it mainly amplify negativity?
No, I believe that it's supporting it a lot, of course. So I think like I have this feeling that the clubs are they're just getting to be familiar with the social media appearance of the club here in Hungary. So now they're like a lot of clubs just like trying to copy and paste the bigger international clubs nowadays, because they just realizing like slowly they're realizing that it has a huge impact in that. And I think it's like still an ongoing process, this like realizing thing. But I can see like clearly from my experience that the fans are way more like loyal, and especially like I feel it amongst the youngster here in Europe, because like they're buying our merch, they're like feeling like they have this they're commenting, they're sending us messages that we started to like follow Eto because you guys seem fun and I don't know, cool, and
that's right.
And I think it had like the social media had a huge impact in that, and they're now coming to the stadium as well, and
that's right. Of course, it doesn't overshadow if there's poor sporting performance, but it does help having them, fun, both of them at the same time. So no, thanks so much, Marietta, for your time. It's been very helpful, and thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you, Marietta.
So much. Thank you.
You want to take a picture there too?